My friends, one of the hot topics over the last couple of weeks has been the controversy over the flow of illegal immigrants from south of our border, from Mexico, into the United States. That's been an ongoing problem for many, many years, but now it seems to be that our whole attention is focused upon that. Why is that? It is because the far left, the liberals, and in particular the Democratic Party, are making it an issue because they want to make political hay out of it. They want that flow to continue to go on so that illegals can come in here and eventually be absorbed into society so that they can vote for them, for the programs that would continue to sustain them, socialist programs. As we celebrate our country's independence tomorrow, my friends, I want to speak about this in particular. I want you to know where I'm coming from. I'm coming from a biblical perspective. I'm taking a Christian worldview position on this. We must do something about our borders. Let me remind you that God is the one who has established boundaries and borders. In the very creation, He did that. Land from water, earth from sky. The different types of creatures, whether they be fish or fowl or land animals, all were to produce after their own kind. There were genetic boundaries there. And in the book of Nehemiah, after Israel had been taken captive to the north, what was it that Nehemiah was burdened about? He was burdened about the fact that the walls of Jerusalem were broken down, the gates had been burned, and people were coming into the city, foreigners were coming into the city, and they were exploiting God's people. They were having their way there, and Israel was in disrepair. It was in poverty. It was anarchy there. And so Nehemiah got the permission from the king to go back and rebuild the walls. And a whole book of the Bible is devoted to the restoration of Jerusalem by the rebuilding of walls and establishing new gates there. Let me also remind you that when New Jerusalem comes down to this earth, when heaven comes down to this earth, the Bible depicts that it has walls of jasper, that it has gates of pearls. And let me say this to you, there is going to be extreme vetting in heaven. Not just anybody is going to be able to make it into heaven. It's not going to be a y'all come proposition. Only those who are perfect. And the only way that one can be made perfect is through the Lord Jesus Christ, because He is our perfection. He is our righteousness. And so we must come to Him. My friends, this issue about the wall on the border and about stopping the flow of illegal immigrants is absolutely imperative for us as citizens of this country. So many Christians today are drawing back from being involved in this. They've become discouraged. They've become jaded. Skeptical of what's going on, but we are the one country on this earth that are required to participate in our government and the decision-making policies that we have through representatives that we elect. So I want to encourage you as Christians to vote and to vote according to a Christian worldview. Boundaries, walls are good for our nation. If they're good enough for God, if they're good enough for heaven, they're good enough for the United States of America. Support our president and his efforts to take a strong stand about building a wall, stopping the flow of illegal immigrants, and upholding the law of the land. I hope you have a great day and a happy 4th of July.